Hi, I'm Megha. I've chosen to go organic for a tasty, healthy and sustainable life. Check out i2cook.com. We have gone organic, so can you. Today we're going to make some whole wheat organic bread, which is not only healthy but also economical. This video is dedicated to a friend of mine who taught me how to bake my first bread. To know why I love baking breads, keep watching. Ingredients for organic whole wheat bread are 350 grams of wheat flour, 1 teaspoon of organic ghee, 2 teaspoons of dry yeast, half a teaspoon of rock salt, 2 teaspoons of jaggery, some lukewarm water. So let's start by taming the yeast. Let me take the dry yeast, add some jaggery to it, and some lukewarm water. Allow it to sit for about 10 minutes without disturbing it. To activate the yeast, you need some kind of a sweetener. You could use raw sugar too, or jaggery like the way I have. Water is very necessary. The right temperature of the water is very necessary to activate the yeast. Make sure it's lukewarm and not at room temperature or cold. So let's sit and watch. So our yeast is ready now. So we have tamed the yeast. So let's start by mixing it. A light swirl. And we're going to pour this into our wheat flour. Pour in the water and we'll start kneading it, like how you'd knead a roti dough. So once it's mixed well, bring it onto your work area and start stretching it. This is very good for your upper body exercise too. So along with bread making, you're also doing a nice workout for your upper body. So we're halfway through our kneading now. The reason we're kneading it so much is because we want to get the gluten activated. These bread tend to be a little more heavier than the maida or refined flour bread. And now we're going to add some salt and some fat into the bread. So let's take the ghee and the salt. So let's pour the salt into the ghee. So let's start by mixing the ghee and the salt together. And pour this onto the bread. So we're going to knead this for another 5 minutes after adding the salt and the ghee. You could also use any vegetable oil or olive oil instead of ghee. I like to make mine with some ghee and jaggery because it adds a nice flavor to my bread. So make this into a nice round ball. Set it and cover it with either a wet cloth or a cling film and allow it to sit for at least 20 minutes or till your dough doubles in size. So our dough is ready. Let's remove the cling film. So it's proof to our double its size. We had set it for about 20 minutes and now let's go on to the next step. So the first thing we do is knocking. So this is how I'm going to knock the dough. Take it in like this. So we're going to knead this dough for another 5 minutes after knocking it down. You can shape them in dinner rolls, you can shape them in any kind of artisanal breads, or you can put them in a tin like ours, what we're going to do to make a loaf. So this is ready now and it's set to go into the tin. So this goes into a greased pan. Placed my dough into the loaf tin, so allow it to rise for about 15 to 20 minutes and this should be ready to go into the oven once it's risen. So let's wait and watch. So our dough is nicely risen and it's ready to go into a preset oven set at 220 degrees centigrade and bake it for about 40 to 45 minutes or depending on your oven settings. So our whole wheat organic homemade bread is now ready to eat. Allow it to cool for about 4 to 5 hours once it's out of the oven so that you get a nice clean cut and slices. For more such recipes, please subscribe to India Food Network and we look forward to your comments and suggestions.